Y'all, today is one of those days where I have a really hard time humaning. Like, it's getting really, really hard to want to be out here, like, at all. And I don't say that very often, but today I was supposed to have a Minecraft camp, and we were going to build a whole village. We were going to use our creative thinking skills and our muscles and our noggins to create cool things, and it didn't happen because people didn't sign up. And maybe that's because I speak my truth. But then I go online and there's this ad from the United Way, and they're like, if you need Narcan to send your kids back to school. Now, I've already made this video, right? Okay, but I went and I took my kids to get ice cream, and then I stopped at our local Kinney's, okay? Kinney's, in our hometown where we live, in the neighborhood I've lived in for my whole entire 40 years of life. And I can't use the bathroom because it closes at 5:30. The bathroom closes at 5:30. Where has our humanity gone? And their excuses? Well, people keep stealing. Well, you've made it impossible for people to live. So I don't know what we're supposed to do here. But the bathroom? Where is your soul? Please, please look within yourself and figure out where we are going as a human collective, because it is wildly, violently, ignorantly disgusting out here. And I mean disgusting. I put up flyers for a teen hangout. I asked the Auburn Housing Authority. I don't even know. I went to multiple businesses, so many, and I was like, please put up this flyer. Half of them made it up. So I stopped asking permission and I just put it up. Because these idiots want to hand out Narcan to these kids and give them absolutely nothing to do. And when I'm like, hey, I'm over here trying to do this, pretty much on my own, because for 5 years I've gotten nothing but ignorance from many, many of the local business owners who should have been standing behind me. Especially the females, and you all know who you are, who should have been like, hey, that's a great idea, Jill, instead of, oh, but she's taking our idea, or we'd have to be in control. It is obnoxious. Shame on you. I cannot believe that this is the world that we have allowed to create. We did this collectively. We allowed all of this nonsense that we are living in right now. The divide over the race and the gender and the control and the money, it has to end, because it is gross. When people can't use the bathroom, when the money cycles keep the homeless people from even being able to get a job because we're just sticking them in hotels and flooding the local hotels with money, the money cycles have to end. The shit that's being swept under the rug has to end. And that shit has been going on for a long time, too. A long time. I keep saying I should write a book, but you know what? The book doesn't even matter. The book is trash. The book is basically, look at all these trash monsters that we created, and then we wonder why they're all on drugs. Trash monsters, and I'm not kidding, and they just keep recycling, and we're watching it happen. You ever read the paper? The police blotter will break your heart every single day. People flopping out of rehab, people flopping out of recovery that have been on that road for 7, 8, 10 years. Then you wonder why the kids are garbage. But I say, help me give them a place to be, and nobody wants to show up, and nobody wants to help. And speaking of that, when was the last time as an adult you volunteered to do anything? Send your college kids back with Narcan. Yeah, go ahead. Put it right in their bag. Because once it becomes available to them and they stick it in their body, you know what? They ain't coming back from that. They ain't coming back from the meth. Even if they live, even if they get Narcan 42 friggin' times, they're melting their fucking brain cells and they ain't coming back. I don't care if they go off and get their master's degrees, okay? They're still walking out and they can't tell the difference between there, and there. You're yours. You ever tried to read a Facebook post lately? Half of them are incomprehensible. Local school districts are putting out, half of our kids aren't proficient in any subject. Beautiful, friends. That's beautiful. Congratulations. We allowed it. We certainly allowed it during the COVID game, but we have allowed it to continue, and it is gross. And for those of you that are on the hamster wheel and that have the consistent job to go to every day and are doing the best you can with your kids, congratulations. But you don't get a cookie, because I'm still watching more than half of our kids fail. Because more than half of our kids in this town are living in poverty, and more than half of them are watching the people sit home and do drugs. Nasty. Can't use the bathroom after 5:30. I have lived in this community my entire life, and I was just told I can't use the bathroom after 5:30. Seek your souls, friends. Your humanity. Not your God, not your Bible, not your Quran. Seek your fucking humanity.